Senior Moments, and this is KUAW Radio. I am here today with a guest on the show, and the first thing I want to do is let her introduce herself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Janae Relaford, CEO and founder of Camp Choice.
Okay, and what position do you have with Camp Choice?
I am the founder,
Okay, the founder.
the CEO, the director, the manager,
Okay, I understand.
the everything.
Right here, I understand.
Yes.
That. So, are you? How long you had this organization?
So God gave me the vision
Uh-huh.
for Camp Choice in 2000. So
Wow.
23 years,
Wow.
I've been on a long journey to realize the vision he gave me so long ago.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're doing a good job because I'm going to ask you some questions. See who all you've been talking to. Now, what about some things that you want to talk to me about today to let people know about your organization?
Well, I'll just start from the beginning because I just think it's so important for those who have faith and those who may not have faith to know that there is a creator and he has a plan for each and every one of us, and he speaks to us if we will listen. And at that 23 years ago, I went to him and I actually came up with this concept through a business competition, a business plan competition through the Kaufman Foundation.
Okay.
So I'm a Project Choice alumni. If you're not familiar with Project Choice, that was the first scholarship program that the Kaufman Foundation put out.
Okay.
Then they went to Kaufman Scholars, and now it's Casey Scholars. But first, it was Project Choice.
Okay.
So being an alumni of Project Choice, the Kaufman Foundation offered us the opportunity to go through an entrepreneur awareness program.
Oh.
I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship, and I certainly didn't have a clue of what business that I would create. So I took it to the Lord in prayer.
Okay.
And it
did
was
you go through a fast track? Did they train
well,
you
so
or
it
anything
so
like that?
it wasn't called fast track. So what this was an 8-month program.
Okay.
So we had class one day a week, and it was actually a competition. So
Oh.
we had the opportunity to win up to $5,000. We got $1,000 for finishing the class.
Okay.
So we had to do an infomercial. We had to set up a booth. So all that good stuff. And they taught us how to develop a business plan from A to Z. So like I said, I had no clue of what kind of business I would start. So I'll back up a little bit because the inspiration of Camp Choice came from me losing my mother at a young age. I was 15 when she passed away.
Okay.
I'm the oldest of 4. Our grandparents took us in, and I got pregnant immediately, right away.
Okay.
My first time having sex. And 2 great things that my mom did for me before she passed away is she signed me up for that scholarship program, and she taught me about Christ, which
Yes.
that scholarship was a great thing, but that spiritual foundation she gave me was everything.
Gave you the
Everything.
basics. Yeah.
So when I got pregnant and, I thought I was grown at 15, and, I moved away from my grandparents, and I got on public assistance, and when I struggled, but I graduated. So when I went through that program, I asked God, what will he have me to do? Because I wanted to make an impact in the lives of other youth. I didn't want other young people to walk the same path I walked, made the same poor decisions I made. And it was like it just fell out the sky. Camp Choice.
Camp.
Children having opportunities in creating environment. That means the choices that we make create the environment we find ourselves in. So from the time of that competition to now, I've just been working diligently, trying to, like I said, realize the vision that God gave me, because I envision a youth development and family fun part. And so as I got into networking with people to try to figure out what would it take to realize this dream, $20 million. And more than just the $20 million. I mean, you need a team, you need partners.
Wow.
It's so much. So that is why I've been on this journey for so long, because it's not easy.
Okay.
To have those partners that you need, the resources that you need, the capital that you need.
Yes.
But I'm still on the battlefield.
Okay.
I'm still on the battlefield, and I know, though the vision tarries, it will surely come to pass.
Okay. Boy, that is really enlightening, because I before the other day I hadn't heard about you guys, the camp, and so see you still introducing people to things that they didn't know.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. So now we going to talk about your flyer today.
Mm-hmm.
Now the flyer has a Black history. So would you go ahead and give us some information about your flyer?
Absolutely. So recently, well, I'm not going to say recently, I'm a part of the Kansas City Reparations Coalition. And so really we started organizing, I think it was the end of 2020. And I got into that from being a member of Sankofa for Kansas City. So Sankofa for Kansas City is a movement that was founded by Reverend Esther Hosendorf. She's local here. And pretty much it was from her testimony, a calling from the Lord, because of all the violence in the community. And in particular, one of the young lady, her name was Angel. I think she was like 7 years old. I don't want to misspeak on her age, but she was killed at the 7-Eleven. I think it was in Grandview some years ago.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Yeah, but Reverend Esther always says that the death of that young girl kind of, it haunts her.
Oh.
So, her spirit, that gave her the umption to, start this movement in Sankofa for Kansas City. We brought Bobby Seale here, who is the co-founder of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. We brought him here in 2018 to help us to develop a 10-point plan that was much like that of the Black Panther parties, but more specific to issues here in Kansas City. So that's how the both of us became affiliated with the Kansas City Reparations Coalition. So since my time with both of those movements, I've just been really immersed into issues within the Black community. I mean, I've always been my whole social work career, but just really wanting to do more work to make a difference. So, Reverend Esther, as I said, we brought Bobby Seale here. We created a 10-point plan, and we joined the Kansas City Reparations Coalition. And last year I was able to go to Evanston, Illinois. If you know, Evanston is the first city to pass reparations legislation. So while I was there, a lady from Tulsa was talking about these Black History Saturdays that they're doing in Tulsa. And so I'm like, wow, I want to do Black History Saturdays. We need that in Kansas City. So I just brought it back, and without a budget, really without any resources, just like anything that I've been doing, just stepped out and ask some people to support, and here we are. Next Saturday, that's this Saturday, March the 4th, from 11 to 1, we're going to have our first Black History Saturday session. And really...
Oh, this is the first time you having this?
Yes, this is the first, and they're going to be the first Saturday of every month throughout December.
Oh.
So the first topic is stolen roots. So we're going to be talking about what was lost. What we lost becoming enslaved here in America, and how that impacts us today. So we have dynamic facilitators. We have Kenneth Ford. He's with the Descendant Freedmen Alliance. Yes, and we have Miss Gigi Owen. She's with the International Black Hat Society.
Wow.
And Miss Shafika Small. She is the chair of the National Black United Front.
Okay.
So they're all gonna, help facilitate this session. And also Shafika, she owns Plant Chicks. So she's gonna, provide the meal, which I'm really excited about that.
Okay. I think we was there the first day of the year,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she cooked some things there.
Oh, see, I haven't tasted her food yet, so
Yeah,
I'm excited about
good.
that.
But back to the flyer, yeah, most all these I'm kind of familiar with them, so
Yes.
I'm gonna have to make some time. I gotta find some time. Oh, okay.
Yes, I do have to share.
Go ahead.
So going forward, we will no longer be calling it Black History Saturdays.
Okay.
We will be calling it African History Saturdays because we are trying to make a point. Language is powerful.
Right.
And we've
exactly.
gone from, I don't know where we started, but Negro to color to,
I think color came first.
Yeah, I don't know what was first, but we've had so many labels.
Yes,
But
that's the truth.
they're just that. They're labels.
Yeah.
And they don't really have a lot to do with our true identity.
Right.
Because
exactly.
we're not black, truly.
Yes, and you know who tells the truth? Children. They do not look at your skin and say you black. Most of them say, my skin is brown.
Mhm.
And so,
Yes.
yeah. So,
Yes. So the point is, we're all mankind descendants originate from Africa.
yes.
So really, we all could say we're African. And
when we say African American, that's probably close. That's my thing, because we came from Africa, and then
that's closer to our identity than any other label that,
yes, that we have had.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we really do have to get back to our roots.
Yes, and so this, what do I want to ask? The thing that you'll be discussing on Saturday, will it be about things that? But I think you said it's going to be all over America, because I was wondering if you're going to bring out what's happening here in Kansas City or.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about global issues when it comes to anti-blackness.
Okay. Yeah, so. Okay. Anything else that would be good that we can talk about?
Well, I guess I should share the location for the listeners
Yes.
who don't have the flyer.
Yes.
So this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., we're going to be at Christian Tabernacle Church, which is located at 7405 Paseo Boulevard here in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. And the location?
Is it close?
It's free to the public. And this is not only for families who have dark skin. This is for families whose skin tones are all over all skin tones.
Yes.
Let's put it like this. It's for families of all skin tones.
Yeah. And see, those was the two last questions I had. What was the location, and who are you trying to address it to?
Yes.
And who would you like to tell who your supporters are? That support your.
Absolutely. So we have Muhammad's Mosque. We have the National Black United Front. We have Sankofa for Kansas City. We have the International Black Hat Society.
Okay.
Mothers of Incarcerated Sons and Daughters. And Plant Chicks.
Great. You got a group of people that is going to make this grow.
And more to come.
More to come. Oh, yes.
More to come because there are so many more that have agreed to facilitate a session.
Okay.
I'm getting more people to say they'll host a Black History Saturday or
Okay.
African History Saturday because all of them will not be at Christian Tabernacle.
Right.
March and April will be at Christian Tabernacle, and then we're looking for others to host a Black History
Yes,
Saturday.
it's just gonna grow.
Yes.
It will. Got faith in that. Now, is it anything else we want to speak of about the Black History, American History
Saturday.
Saturday?
I think
Well, give the location one more time.
7405 Paseo Boulevard
Okay.
here in Kansas City.
Okay.
Christian Tabernacle Church. That's my cousin. Shout out to Pastor Keith Newton.
Okay. All right.
And actually, I would have to say that Pastor Newton actually came to me and asked me about, helping to do something
Right.
at the church for Black History Month. So I want to thank him and appreciate him for that, because that's important, and I would hope that more churches
Yes. we'll
would
step
want to
up.
do that, and not just for Black History Month.
That's what I was getting ready to
Because
say.
this education needs to happen 365 days a year,
Right.
which is why we've taken African History Saturdays out of Black History Month, and we're doing them March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December.
Yeah, and see, this is outside, like you said. If this is February, we talking about it, the last date of the Black History Month, but you are letting us know that it's going to be more coming.
That's right.
More
That's
coming.
right. So I'm really encouraging and hoping that the community will come out and experience this and follow us throughout the year.
Yes, yes, yes. I think you're going to be really great. I think so. So now,
Before we move forward,
Okay,
I
go
want to
ahead.
make another point about this,
Sure,
because I
go ahead.
interviewed Reverend Esther, who is the founder of Sankofa for Kansas City, about what she thought about stolen roots, like what that meant to her.
okay,
And
okay,
she made this comment about the Black History Saturdays and how it's all good and fine, and we do a lot of eating and meeting, and but then what? So I wanted to bring that point up because I
Great.
felt that it was so important, because I want the community to know that this is not just about coming and learning and then we don't do anything with the information that
Right.
we learn.
yes,
Like we have to come and learn and build. We have to take what we're learning and use that information
Yes.
to grow and to
Yes.
develop our community. So as I shared, it's always been my vision to build a youth development and family fun park.
Right.
That's where I'm going. Like I'm working to build a village, much like that of the Black Wall Street. Like
Right.
I want to assemble other Black entrepreneurs that are doing work. So the Kansas City Reparations Coalition, we're focused on 5 areas, which
Okay.
are housing, education, healthcare, criminal justice, business, and economics.
wow,
Those are the areas when we talk about closing the wealth gap, when we talk about reparations, that's what it's about.
Yes.
It's people want to check. Everybody want to check. I want to check, but more than wanting to check,
yes,
I want the community to be whole, not just me to be whole. So we got to focus on closing the wealth gap,
Right.
and infusing resources into those 5 areas
Yes.
is how we'll do it. So I want to
Yes.
assemble a village of other Black entrepreneurs working in those 5 areas where we can make a major impact in our community.
And we
If
can
we're
do
sharing
that.
land,
Yeah.
if we're sharing facilities, we're
Yeah.
sharing equipment. That's
we
how you
got
make
to
a difference.
think about how important it is to bring the young people with us. And while we are learning this, it's good when you say a village. See, that's bringing all the young people so they'll know what they need to do. When we're not here, they can keep it going.
Yes,
And so that's a good
absolutely.
thing.
That's so important.
Mhm.
It's helping the young people to learn to fish when they don't have us.
Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
yes. So this is a great program that you all have going there,
Thank you.
and good luck. And I know y'all will have it.
Yes, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Now, do we need to take a break, or we can keep going?
You can keep going.
Okay then. Thank you.
Don't have that long.
Oh, okay. All right then. Okay, the next thing we will be talking about, I'm gonna let Janae talk about the next article or flyer that she have that they are really need help with also, or need to get the information out there.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you so much.
So you can tell them the subject and all that, anything you want us to know.
Yes, so Camp Choice is working alongside Mothers of Incarcerated Sons and Daughters
Okay.
on a campaign called Debt Free Justice. And Debt Free Justice is trying to get a bill passed that will eliminate fines, juvenile fines and fees. There's a bill, it's Missouri House Bill 1142. So that is the bill that we are looking to have passed that will eliminate juvenile fines and fees in Missouri. And the importance of this is because it's right in line with everything we're talking about. Issues of inequity, issues of racism. Young people are being sorely impacted by that in the juvenile system, especially when it comes to fines and fees. They're not on a level playing field if they're coming from an impoverished environment.
Right.
Because you can have a young person who's in a wealthy environment who has maybe done the same thing that, a
Right.
young person in an impoverished environment did. But that young person in the wealthy environment is going to have so much of a better chance of overcoming that obstacle or
True.
trouble that they have started in their life than that person from an impoverished environment. And that is just not right. It shouldn't be about money,
Yes.
whether you're going to do well or not. So if we can create a level playing field and eliminate these fines and fees, because then too, as we know, just because you're charged with a crime does not mean you're guilty of
Yes.
that crime.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you have these young people who, may be charged with something they did not do, and they don't have the money for these fines and fees, and then it's just a trickle down effect.
Right.
That it just digs them deeper into a hole that they can't escape, and then it bleeds into their adulthood. And then that's how you have these young people who grow into adults, and they're unable to, have sustainable employment or housing. It's a trickle down. So we're hoping that families who are negatively impacted by
Right.
fines and fees connected to youth court, that they will contact us, because we're just looking for their story. We just
Right.
want them to share their story so people can understand how these fines and fees impact them, how it may or may not be fair, so we can get this bill passed.
Now, when will the bill come out? Is it going to be the first?
So the bill is out, and we have the opportunity to have it passed as soon as August of this year.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to Jeff City, and we need a group of young people and families to take with us.
So it's not going to be on the ballot. It's going to be in Jeff City.
Yeah, we have to go
We
to
have
Jeff
to
City
Jeff
to
City, so-
lobby to have this bill passed.
Oh, lobby the representative there in
Yes.
Jeff City.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any idea when that will? Oh, you just said August.
August. We can have this
August.
passed as soon as August. Now, I don't know when we might have to go to Jeff City, because that could literally,
Well,
we could get the word for
why-
that.
Why don't
At
you
any time.
give me a call so we can get on the mic and tell people when to go out to support, go to Jeff City to support this?
I absolutely will as soon as I get word on that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I want to share my information
Yes, yes.
for families who have these issues to contact me, because
Okay.
so March the 11th from noon to 2, we're actually going to have a meeting. It's going to be at the Plex Pod. And if anybody knows, that's the old Westport Middle High School at 39th Street. It's the old
Westport?
It's the old Westport Middle.
Okay.
So now it's
Westport
the Plex
Middle.
Pod, and
Oh.
people can go there and rent out space and have their meetings. It's really beautiful how they refurbished it. But that's where we're going to be having our meeting March the 11th from noon to 2, and we're looking for families to come and share their stories about how they're negatively impacted by juvenile court fines and fees. And so if you need more information on that, please contact me
Okay.
at area code 816-560-0977. Again, area code 816-560-0977. So you can call me at that number regarding the bill that we're trying to get passed, as well as Black History Saturdays.
Yes, yes. And when they come to the March, is that March?
March the 11th.
2000. That's March 11th. When they can come and tell you their stories
Yes.
or whatever.
And if their story is compelling enough, the national campaign may pay them to share their story.
Okay.
So this is a big deal, and what's more important is to get the bill passed.
To get the bill passed.
I'm hoping that there are listeners out there who have this issue, and we can help them.
Yes, yes. And also you have the
Mothers of Incarcerated Sons and Daughters. So Beverly Livingston, she is the founder of Mothers of Incarcerated Sons and Daughters.
Okay, okay. And the partner with DFJC.
It's called Debt Free Justice. That's the campaign.
Oh, that's the campaign. Okay.
So the organization is called National Youth Law. They're the ones who have come up with this Debt Free Justice campaign.
Oh, okay. Okay. I tell you, you have a lot of information that really would be helpful to our community.
Yes.
This is very, very good for the whole families. All the families that it can impact. And so I thank you so much.
It's about our families. When we became enslaved, that was the first attack.
Yes.
It was on the family.
Yes.
And ever since, we have suffered in our family. And so we have got to do everything we can to build our families back up.
Right.
Because that's the strength of the community, is the family.
And I think the more support we have of each other, I think we can really get the young people to understand, long as they keep us, and people want to divide themselves, and if we can just get together and really change the world, we can.
Yes.
Oh, this has been Millie with Senior Moments, and thank you so much. Pronounce your name. Janae. And what's your last?
Rutherford.
Okay, Janae, it's been really wonderful talking with you today, and I have learned a lot about Kansas City, where we need to be able to help also.
Thank you, Miss Millie.
You're welcome.